So, greetings and salutations. Um, Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to catch the last part of uh, uh, Riley's apparent debunk of the of Soundly's pictures and all this. Basically, I only made it through about the first. I'm guessing about 30 minutes, all the way up to the part where they were talking about the height of the post in the picture, which is I kept on demanding from them. I'm like, when are we going to start debunking Soundly? Because all they wanted to do was talk about GeoStrebe. And what they don't realize is that GeoStrebe was not there to take the picture. He was not there to do anything with it. He was just making an analysis, and his analysis was basically sound. Now the problem is that he did say that he could be off by a couple of meters when it comes to the position of where the camera was when they were taking that one picture, this 777E. I wish I had a link to it. And yeah, he said he could be off by a couple of meters. That's just an analysis, and they were tearing apart the analysis as if they were actually tearing apart Soundly. Which was pissing me off because, well, I won't say it was pissing me off, but it was just like, oh my God, why the fuck am I watching this? And now Sean is here, and Sean claims to have watched the whole video. I don't know if it's been posted yet. I don't know if it's done processing or whatever. I don't even know when it ended because I had to leave. I was actually at work when I was watching this, and I had a little bit of free time that I could watch as much as I did. Hold on a second here. Boom, 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 boom. So, Sean.
Hello.
So the apparently, well, what do you think that they claimed as their crown evidence that they debunked Soundly? I don't care about the stuff about Geo. I really don't, because that's just that was an entire waste of time. I want to know what they think that they debunked on Geo.
On Soundly, you mean?
Or Soundly, I'm sorry. Yeah. Got me off. All they kept on talking about was Geo, or at least all the way up to the time where I had to go.
They of course went back to the video of Soundly driving past the power lines after it's been auto corrected by YouTube for shakiness and color correction and all that stupid crap. Right. So they went back to that video again because that seems to be their favorite one.
Now, now the joke is that they were actually looking at video, right?
Yeah.
so it's kind of difficult to fake that. But anyway, I'm sorry, didn't mean to jump in there.
Well, they started to go back onto the bird again, and then they actually pointed out parallax, and they had an issue with the very first tower that's actually a junction tower and not one of the actual power lines, where it's actually sitting offset to the actual power lines that are going towards the north. You know, it's not square with them.
Right.
And so when you're actually looking dead on at the towers, you're actually looking through the northernmost corner and the southernmost corner of that junction tower. And they're separated, but it's just by a little bit because, you know, that's the way angles work. And as the car drives from east to west, it's not changing by much.
Okay, so to bring this into discussion here, hold on a second here. Let me bring up Google Earth, just so we're all on the same sheet of music here. Now, what he's talking about, let me go on here. Oh, this was there's a bunch of markers on here from when I was analyzing exactly where Soundly was standing, and Soundly actually verified that I was off. On the one picture, I was off by a couple of meters. I had him back a little bit further, but he was actually more forward in the direction of the water. But anyway, hold on a second here. So you are seeing this, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's Dr. Zach's line.
I have not checked the actual live stream to see if it's updated yet.
Okay, well, hold on a second. Okay, so here is I-10. Now, first there's the Big Ugly Junction one.
And that's the one they have a problem with.
That's the one they're having the problem with.
Yes.
All right. So, well, as it turns out, and well, some people know this already, I already have all of the normal towers. I have them all modeled out in 3D. Um, so let's see here. But I do not have the junction tower because that was never in any of the major pictures, the major single shots, because when Soundly was taking his pictures either from the right side or from the left side, he was zoomed in, and like the first one that you would see is like like the 10th one or something like that. And this was me counting them. That was a interesting effort. But let's see. So what I'm going to do while we're talking here, I am going to. Is there anywhere that they have actually a photo of this thing? Where's the photo of the junction tower? Can you put that in a chat in the side there if you have it?
I'm not sure I've ever seen one, but Soundly's probably got it on his videos a couple times.
Well, I have a link to one of his groups or one of his Google Drives, but it seems to not be all of the stuff. It seems to be like that one particular day of stuff, and then there was some night stuff on there. But let me look. And then so what they're basically saying is that they're not seeing any parallax, as in it doesn't look like they're moving around this junction tower.
Well, it's an A-frame tower.
Right.
That much I do know. So each one of those corners actually goes up towards the top, even with the corner that it's above.
Right.
And when you're looking at Soundly's video, you're actually looking in line to the towers through a little gap of the northern part of the northern corner and the southern corner.
Okay.
There's a small gap, and they claim there's zero parallax. I've already got pictures taken where it shows that there is parallax, but Anthony and Numpty is all there is zero parallax.
Okay, well then let me do this. I'm going to bring over Max, and let's see if I can recreate this just to see what kind of parallax we're talking about here. Now I'm gonna do that one on a flat plane before I bring the just so everybody can see it here. Hold on a second here. Here's the power lines. Hold on, and this was my modeling of the power. Oh, let me get out of smooth and highlights here. Get in the wireframe. This was my modeling of the power lines, and so, but I do not, yeah, all the way up to, I have it zoomed in so far that the first one's like right there in your face. Okay, and that's also on the curve. So, and if I recall correctly, I think I have it set up this way right now. Yeah, single 720 and all this render. Yeah, there's the render. But and that's also something that you'll notice as the things get further away, even though my the position of the camera doesn't change, they line more up because the degrees of offset becomes less and less. So degrees of offset is very important. Now, the one thing that I remember in the part of the thing that I did watch is they were talking about, oh, well, you should be able to see the side of that first hut and stuff like that. And the funny part is that there's only a 3 degrees of rotation difference. Actually, I think it's less. 3 degrees of rotational difference between the two sides of the two locations where he took the photos on the left and the right side of the bridge.
What I found really funny about that whole, you should be able to see the front of the building, is you can actually see the door frame on the right side of the building that's on the face of the building towards the road.
Right.
Inside.
And that's what I was trying to type to him, but he wouldn't bring that part up.
I said it to him many times and he wouldn't touch it either.
Of course not. Okay, so let me get out of this. I'm going to reset, and I'm going to do a new one, and we'll just model this out, and this won't be very difficult, and I'm not going to make it look exactly like the other one, but the distances and the sizes are going to be what's important here. Okay, so what I need to know is, okay, well, I got that first. Let me top. All right, top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a simple, let me go from the front first. I'm going to build just a simple box. box obviously with 4 corners, and I'm going to make it perfectly, at least upright. It's going to be squared. So let's see, that's going to be, we'll say width of 5, height of 5, oops, 5, we'll do that. Okay, and then we'll give it a bunch of height segments. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so we'll just go like that. And then what I'm going to do is, now it's a basic geometry, right? I mean,
Yep.
because we just, so, and it looks like it kind of pyramids in about halfway up and then goes straight from there. So I'm going to go and I'm going to make about this many of these. And then I'm going to boom like this, and then squeeze in the vertexes here. Actually, I could probably use taper for that. That would probably be better.
Well, don't taper the whole thing. Just taper like the.
Well, I'm going to taper the whole thing, but then I'm going to squeeze it back out for the top parts. Taper. This can be sometimes fun trying to figure out exactly which angle you're going to. There we go. All right, so that's going to, now is that tapering all the way around, or is that just tapering? Yeah, it's tapering all the way around. Okay, so front. I just wanted to make sure I got a couple of them that were going inward in a row, and then what I'll do after this is that I will, let's see, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to go, well, we'll make them even with that, so I'll take this and go out like that. Okay, like I said, this is not meant to be a direct representation of exactly how that damn thing looks, but it's going to get the basics in there of what it's trying to look like, I guess. And okay, so I'm going to make this actually spread out a little bit more because it looks like it goes out a little bit more. I know Kara's probably watching this and she's screaming, "No, you should have done it like this. It would have been quicker." And she would be probably right. But let's see here. Okay. Oh wow, multi-tom-tom's idiot self is here. All right, so now I got that. Now I'm going to go to the top, and then let's see. I'm going to zoom way in, and I want to know exactly which way it's oriented, because it's not oriented directly north-south. It might be oriented in the direction of the lines, or the power lines, but it's not oriented directly north-south, but that will make a difference here in a moment. So I have, oops, excuse me. Oh, I got my window all over here. So I'm going to go like this. Hopefully this won't be as boring as what Nummy Num was doing. Okay, so it looks like it's going out at 22.23 degrees. And its size, I'm sorry about that. So we'll just say 22.2 degrees, and its size is in meters, 14.5 meters. Okay, 14.5 meters at, oh well, gee, now I got a different measurement. Okay, its heading is, yeah, we'll just call it a clean 22, I guess. Okay, 22 and 14.5 meters. 22 and 14.5 meters. Okay, so like this. So first we'll rotate it. No, I want it at the center, damn it. Okay, so we will rotate this to, I'm sorry. I had this, first I had it like that because that would be north. So 22. Oh, I better use, well, there it was. That was 22.3 in there. There we go, 22.3. Okay, and then bum, 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 bum. And then what was that? 14.5 meters. Okay, so how am I going to get that? I'm going to take this, and I'm going to do a tape, and then like this, and I need to know how long that is. Oh, that's 17 right there. Yeah, 17. So what I need to do is specify length 14. 14.5. Okay, like that. And so that means I will shrink this a little bit. All right. Wow, that was way too small. Like that. Bam. Hey, that was a pretty good shot. Okay, so I got this. Now I will lattice this to make it into, whoa, to make it a physical structure. Um, no, not 0.2. We'll go down to 0.05, like that. Okay, so now it's a physical structure. Now I just need the distance from that point.
Well, Anthony's trying to get out of the $2 million him and his buddy are about to owe you.
Why is that?
Well, at the end of their video, they both made the challenge that they'd be willing to bet $1 million that nobody can debunk them.
Okay. Well,
about this very claim. So I'm trying to tell him that I'm holding him to it. I'm actually still talking to him in Skype.
Okay, so
I'm holding him and his buddy to that $1 million challenge. And when you beat it, they better pay it.
Yeah, that'd be. I could damn sure use it. But after hearing his video, or after hearing his interview with Patricia, he doesn't have $1 million to give.
Well, then he better say that.
That's not meant as an insult, but he just doesn't have the $1 million to give. Let's see, just like that publishing company. All right, so let's see. That is 528.
How they can pay over time.
Oh yeah, I'll take payments. $5,000 a month. Let's see, 528 meters. We'll just call that a 528.5. Okay. So along this very same line, 528.5. Let's see. I need a tape. I want to make sure that it's actually lined up correctly. Hello. Oh, because I'm supposed to be holding on to it. Okay, like that. Then 528.5, bam, like that. That's almost perfectly in line, but it's actually not. It's just a little bit offset, otherwise you wouldn't see the bars be arguing about parallax in the first place. Okay, so I'll do a target camera like that. Let's see here. So we'll just put it there. It doesn't matter where the target is as long as it's in line, which it appears to be. Now I have it perfectly in line at the moment, which it would not be in the thing. So, oops, not front. Camera one, like this. Okay, so now we're getting into the meat. This is...
Oh, okay. His official claim now is the point that that northern-south riser bar will cross over will be at the direct center when all of the other towers cross too. That's his official claim. That's what he's made the $1 million challenge on. You there? Hello? Hello? Sly? Did you crash? Did I crash? Did somebody crash? Can anybody hear me? Oh, nope, my Hangout crashed. I think. Sly? Let's see what's going on in the live stream. Nope, I'm still live. So silently might crash. Okay, well, interesting. I think his PC broke. Oh. No, Sly is not muted. He's no longer presenting. I think his computer crashed. No, I'm not doing elevator music. Yeah, it's official. He crashed. But anyway, Anthony's official claim. Well, I gotta wait for Sly because I don't think he heard me. Oh, oh no, Sly is no longer in the chat. I don't think Wiley's that smart. He probably doesn't even know what DDoS means. It's actually a 5-minute timer. Or at least it's supposed to be. Come on, Sly. He said, yep, 1 sec, but it's been a lot longer than 1 sec. He's in Germany. It must be that metric time. Metric time. What the hell is metric time? Well, he said 1 sec, but it's been like 3 minutes now. There he is.
Well, that sucked.
Did you crash?
Yeah, it did. Everything just went. I got this. Oh, damn.
I was just making fun of your not Americanness.
Oh, shoot. Hold on a second here.
Because you said 1 sec, it took like 3 minutes. So I was wondering if you used metric time.
Yeah. All right, hold on a second here. Let me.
As I was saying when you crashed out, I finally got Anthony to say what his claim actually is.
Oh, geez. You mean it's different than what he said it was?
Well, he's changed it here and there about, at first it was not enough parallax, and then it was no parallax, and then privately it was there's not enough parallax. Now it's the point that those two bars should cross over is when it's in the same line that everything else crosses over at the same time, which is kind of not possible with the way it's angled. But
it's almost angled perfectly, but it's not.
Yeah, it's actually a few degrees off.
Yeah, I mean, maybe only about 1 degree.
No, it's more than that.
What I just measured out.
Let me go back to Google because I actually got this saved. I actually got the line drawn out for it. Oh, where you at? Where you at? I'll just put the picture up. Screw it. I already took the picture of it.
But actually, as a matter of fact, it would make sense from a design point that it would be directly in line. Because it would be kind of stupid if it was offset like that.
Well, the tower itself is in line, but the orientation of the tower is not.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, the position obviously is what I was talking about, but the hold on a second here. I'm trying to see if I can restore that damn project so I don't have to rebuild it.
Okay, there's the line of the towers. Do you see it?
Hold on a second. I was looking at something else, of course. Present to everyone. Okay.
This is the line for the towers.
Right.
This is the line that intersects the north corner and the south corner.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. You know, it's turned slightly off, but its physical position in the water is in line with
right
the towers.
But his complaint is the north corner and the south corner, the vertical beams should cross when all of these cross the center of frame at the same time.
Oh, Jesus.
And that is physically not possible.
Hmm.
But that's his official claim now. That's his $1 million claim.
Is that they need to be directly in line.
Is that they should all cross, including the north and south poles, should cross at the exact same time. And if anybody can prove him wrong, he'll give him $1 million.
Hold on a second. So building the parallax thing is going to be pointless now.
Well, it actually still needs to be done because he thinks that all of these should cross the center frame at the same time that those two poles at the front and the back cross each other. And it's not going to happen. They're not lined up.
Yeah.
But his claim is that they should. And I'll even share his claim.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The point of crossover is same point that everything else crosses over. And it's not.
All right, hold on a second here. Because there's one way to check this out. Let's see here. Google Street View. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not seeing what I'm doing here. I was on the wrong window. Oh, the sheriff, huh? Prison transport. They must have picked up soundly. Letting out that secret. Oops, I'm a little too far. That yeah, but it's blurry. You can't really see it all that well. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not in line.
No.
The north and the south corners aren't in line with the rest of the towers. The tower
right.
itself
The north and
is.
south corners of the tower are not in line with the thing, and you even see that on Google Earth.
Yeah, well, that's like I said. Like I said, that's Anthony's claim is because of parallax, they should all line up perfectly and cross over at the same time.
That's a crock of shit.
But that's the nail in the coffin that proves that Soundly faked his video.
That's just like saying that my Empire State Building picture was incorrect because it was not lined up perfectly with the Statue of Liberty. That's a bullshit claim.
You still got me presenting, by the way.
If straw man were the word, then straw man is the word here. Hold on.
I actually used straw man in my conversation with Anthony. Stop presenting me.
My bad. I don't want to present you. Because here's the thing, man. That because of parallax, it wouldn't. Who hold on. Let me turn these damn lines off, so I can make some nice fresh lines. Well, actually, I don't even need these on anymore. So
I'm watching chat, Nathan.
How bad's it going?
He's talking about the Blackpool Tower again. I'm not sure what all he's quite getting at.
Oh, he's Anthony's here?
Oh, no, Nathan.
Oh, Oakley?
No, not Nathan Oakley. Nathan Grant.
Oh, okay. I'm not watching the chat at the moment, so I don't know. Anyway.
I am when I can when I'm not on other screens.
Okay, this whole thing about now we have to understand that of course this is at the satellite image is at a slight angle, otherwise we wouldn't see this thing extending off to the side. However, the base would be flat on the water.
There you go.
And what do you call it? So I'm gonna put a dot, oops, right there at the very bottom corner. We can all agree that's at the very bottom corner, yes?
Yes.
Okay, now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go all the way out to Tower 87, which is the last of the normal shaped towers. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. 87 is the big one. And I'm going to put this right dead in the middle. Cool?
Cool.
Now, according to this, I have that at 20.53 degrees,
Yeah,
which we already know isn't the degrees that we just had a moment ago.
Well, hold on. Let me get my calculator out.
Yeah.
So I can.
It's about a degree off because what was the other one? 21.3 or something like that. Anyway, kilometers for those of us who actually know how to do math. 24 kilometers. Anyway, so now all I did was draw one straight line. And as a control, we'll go down here in the middle, and we see it's going through all through the middles, right here, right dead through the middle.
Imagine that.
And that was just one in the center just to check. Now, let's go back down here. Now, before I zoom all the way in, according to
Anthony, the north corner and the south corner should line up perfectly.
Should line up perfectly.
Should.
It's off.
It is off.
It's off by about a degree.
Now, keep in mind,
because here's the corner. Each corner makes kind of a hexagon. I noticed that when I was modeling this. Each corner makes kind of a hexagon. This is right in the middle of the hexagon, right dead in the center of it. This, the hexagon, is almost the complete hexagon. The complete hexagon is off to the right of the line.
Yep.
Now, that might seem like splitting hairs, but that means that it's not directly lined up.
Not the real Eric Dubé.
What the hell is that for a claim?
That's their nail in the coffin proof that they're full of shit.
They made a how long hangout just to do that?
2 hours.
For that?
Yep. For a claim that is completely full of shit.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
Nope.
Well, actually, I'm glad I didn't sit there and watch the whole damn thing now, but
this is a real quick, easy $2 million.
Anthony, at least per Google Earth at the moment, okay, this is straight up. You saw me draw the line from the dead center of this pylon. Now, of course, the answer is going to come back that Google Earth is not accurate. That's the answer that's going to come back. Well, then you got to prove that it's not accurate because you were using Google Earth a minute ago to try and disprove Soundly's bridge. You've done it on, what, 3 hangouts now? 2 hangouts? So if you trust it, then you're going to trust this. I drew one single line. Everybody just saw me do it. Here, I'll do another control. Give me a number between 1 and 87.
34.
34. 34. Let's see. That's 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Hold on. That's odd.
That is an off-center tower. Go back to number 1 and see if it's the dead center.
Wait, let me make sure I didn't move this. And by the way, before anybody says that I did something in his favor and shit like that, actually, this would have been in his favor if it was off to the right. Hold on, let me go all the way up to the top. Did I move that thing while I was fucking with it?
I don't think you did, but that's what I'm saying. Check the first. Whoa.
That's dead on.
Check the very first tower.
Yeah.
Because maybe that diagonal tower isn't in line directly. It's just really close. No, check the first actual identical tower.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's dead on.
No, they have one that's off center. Holy shit.
Well, hold on a second. Let's check this here. Because one thing I enjoy doing is looking at the multiples.
Ah.
There we go. Now, wait a minute. That other one was kind of way off. But let's see if it's way off on everything. Yeah, it's way off on everything. That was... Okay, there's a nice sharp one. 4, 7, 2, 16. Okay. That one's almost dead. It's pretty much dead in the middle. It's actually a little bit to the right, about a pixel to the right. Okay, dead in the center. Now, what was that, 34?
34.
34.
If I had picked out like the one tower that's off center, I'm gonna be pissed. No, even 31's off. Or is that?
Oh, you know why this shit ain't lining up then?
Why? Different year?
No, because we're lining it up off something that's not dead center.
Which is
the junction tower.
Well, that's why I had you check the very first tower.
Yeah. Well, I mean that amount of distance covered is not going to make a huge difference. But let me see. Hold on. This is from a different satellite. Yeah, look. Now they're lining up. So something there in the middle is kind of weird. On those lighter pictures.
Yeah.
See, because now they're lining up just fine.
Anyways, back to the thing. Can you find the angle on the north and south?
That was weird.
Vertical beams.
Say again?
Can you find the angle on the north and south vertical beam? Or the heading?
You mean of the junction tower in the beginning?
Yep.
Yeah, that was what was that? It was like 21.3, some shit like that.
Well, use the really, really clear one because you got a lot of detail on that one.
Well, that's this one. This one's beautiful. Okay, let me clear this line. So I would call that center.
That's it.
And then I would call, you can actually see the bars going down and meeting right here. There you go. 21. Listen to me. 23.3 is what I was trying to say.
23.28.
I got 23.28 here.
2.75 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the P900, which is what he used to film that, at full zoom, has a 1 degree field of view left to right.
Well, it has, okay.
It is 1 degree. It's actually just a hair under, but it's close enough to say 1 degree.
Right.
And those towers shouldn't line up with the parallax of those two beams lining up at all, ever.
No, this beam here is going to show up to the right, and this one to the left, obviously. So yeah, like I said, his bet is a structural one that we should actually bend this into alignment, because 23.28, that is the degrees, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let me now I'm gonna go wild with this for a second here, just so I can get it all the way out there. 23.28. Let me just go out some distance here. So 23.
There you go.
Bam.
Right on it.
23.28.
They do not line up. Those two bars should not cross over when the towers cross over.
Right. You're going to see them spread.
Now, somebody else did a video on how much of an angular distance it is for the video we're talking about. Somebody's actually, I think it was Schnaz, did the angle for the starting point and the ending point of the video that they're using.
Right.
And it was just a little over 1 degree changed.
Okay.
So when those towers are dead center, when the towers are dead center in the video, he still had to move 2.75 degrees to get those two beams to line up.
Okay.
Now, the entire trip on that video from the right side of the towers to the left side of the towers, I think it was 1.81, if I remember right. Right. Now that I think about it. So, yeah, it's nowhere close to coming to where they cross over on that
this
first
right here
box.
is about what I just measured off. Nah, that picture's crap. It's just not. It's not sharp. But this right here, see how you see the two posts here,
Those
and
should
you
line up.
don't see their mirror posts in the back. This is about perfectly lined up.
How many posts are on that?
There's two on each face.
Ah,
You got what I'm saying? There's two on this side, two on this side, two on the back
okay.
side, two on the other back side.
So yeah, that's about where you'd have to be to get them out, to get those two north and south beams to line up.
Right about here, maybe one over. Let me. Damn it! I gotta zoom out. Hold on. Let's go back one.
No, I think it was better the other way.
Yeah, I do too. But you see how it's kind of wonky here? I
Yeah.
think that has to do with the processing. Because a lot of people like to think that people sit here and actually physically process these images, and they don't. It's actually done on the fly as it's going, and it tries to represent something in 3D. And unfortunately, that does not seem to be working very well for me there. Oh, and just to show you what I was talking about with the legs on that one, because that's one that's actually holding out in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to like right here. See if I can go out a little bit further. Now this is on the other side, obviously. See how they look like they got fatter, but they didn't. You're just seeing two posts, one here and one behind it, one here and one behind it.
Right.
I think you can actually see it in the above view as well. Where is it? Yeah, you can see it.
Okay, I see it, yeah.
Two on each side. So, Anthony, it's not going to line up. It will not line up. Probably should have lined up, but it doesn't. And that's just the end of that. I don't know what else to say beyond that. That was their whole proof. I don't get that as being their proof, man. I just don't get that. Hold on a second here. When I did a restore, let me kill out of that then. You still there?
Yeah. I'll just type in Anthony.
Oh, okay.
And debunked.
So let's see here. Let me go like this, and then my channel. Oh, wrong. Dumbass. Like this, and then this. There. Now I can see the chat. I did restore restore tabs when I booted back up, and it left the chat left it out.
Right.
So let me see something here. Let me go through the chat here and see what people are actually yelling about, because I mean there's not much else to say here.
No, his claim is just total BS.
His claim is full. Well, you know what? Let me. Do you have like Soundly available? As in, are you able to contact him?
Let me find out.
Because I want that damn picture that they're using, because apparently it's a very high resolution, and they only zoom in on it every now and then.
I thought I had him on Hangout or Skype. I'll see if I can get him on Hangouts. Actually, I just do this. Add people.
What video you got there, Miles?
No, you already added him. Why isn't he in here?
Well, I added him, but doesn't mean he saw it.
Where's he at? Okay, what the hell happened to him?
You have a great still from Soundly's videos. '87 pylon, Swigger.
I thought I had him on Skype. Apparently I don't.
Nathan, possibly the ones that were on that chart that were only shown as, what would you say, 27 are probably ones that might actually be marked with lights or something. Because that chart had something, had a different use there.
Or is that him?
Oh, so people don't think
I
I'm
do
just
have him on
talking
Skype.
out loud to myself here. Shows what's not lined up, bud.
Oh, what did I miss?
Oh, no, I'm, what do you call it? Miles Davis has,
Oh yeah, he basically did the same thing that you just did, probably.
Okay.
But he's actually made a video out of it and he's uploading it now.
I need somebody to give me a link to that 777E photo.
Let's see
Does
if I can find
anybody
it on
have
Soundly's.
that?
See if I can find it on Soundly's channel. Because he's got links to his whole G drive.
Because there was a couple of things I just wanted to smack somebody about. And I'd like to be able to display that.
Soundly. I don't need the extra footage. I know he's got it linked on one of his descriptions.
Geo had the picture. Yeah, but that's not helping me, man. I invited Geo, or I think I did. Oh no, Geo doesn't come up on the Google invite thing. I don't know why. When I was trying to type him in.
What was the picture name?
777E.
777E.
That's the one that they keep on bringing up.
Is it a JPEG or is it a DSCN or is it the other one?
Wow. Well, I know it's a JPEG. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Videos. Anthony Bonehead. And I like this whole little disclaimer about, it's wrong to call people a liar and a fraud, but, his thing is called Defending Fraudly.
I'm not sure where they got 777E.
Hold on. I mean, it might be a name that they gave it. It is called, well, okay, well, maybe they named it that. Soundly 777E.jpg. It's, this photo is the one I'm looking for.
That doesn't make a lot of sense because all of his pictures have either, if they're taken with the P900, start with DSCN.
Well, yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
And then all the ones taken with his Canon start with IMG.
But do we know where he got where they got this from?
I'm thinking that, and I'm not sure where the hell they put a letter behind it. That's not something that comes off of the camera like that.
No, well, it's obviously a rename.
Yeah.
And
So,
I just need to know where that came from. And I mean, I'm not saying that they made it up. Of course I'm not. I want the source photo because they've zoomed in on it a couple of times and it seems to be a very high res photo. And I want that because I did my analysis over here. Hold on. I did my analysis, which Soundly basically signed off on. And by the way, the sign that they're not worried about is up here. It's all the way down here. And I was doing it off the screen cap of the one on the from that last hangout, not this one, but the one before it. and all this. Oh, and Ranty, um, that second knick that they were talking about isn't a knick, it's a damn sign. That's what that is. They were bitching about. Let me see if they got it at least visible in his hangout here. And I love the fact that they're analyzing video. Oh, this must be the parallax you guys are talking about. Or not the parallax, but just the off-centeredness.
I'm going through all the images. I'm wondering if they. I bet I know what they did.
Well, mind you, like I said, it was renamed. I'm just looking for the picture.
Yeah, I'm going through all of his shared folders, and I'm not seeing it yet. But I'm willing to bet that they literally took a screenshot and renamed it.
No, I don't think so, because that's a way too. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not, but I mean the definition that they were zooming in on is pretty incredible. So this is the parallax deal, then, huh?
Let me go back and take a look. Yeah.
Speed 0.25. Sound off because I don't feel like hearing their voices. Okay, well that just went to shit. All right, come to the point where you move the damn thing, people.
It's actually back a little. Right, see those two bars right in the middle?
Yeah.
That's the vertical ones. That's the north and the south corners of that first tower.
And they're saying that they're not moving or something?
Well, first, Numpty says they're not moving at all. Anthony says that they should cross over right here at this point.
Right. No, they shouldn't.
That's what Anthony's claim is, and he's willing to bet $1 million on it.
Why in the hell would they cross?
Because he's a retard.
Well, yeah, I got that part. I mean, it would be very easy to judge out how close these two bits are, pixel for pixel.
I think I just found it.
Did you?
I think so.
Yeah, this was the wobble that they were talking about. Like somebody would actually animate a wobble.
Yep, this is it. Let me download it, and I'll send it directly to you.
Well, just give me the link to it. Or is that in a folder?
It's in his G+ folder.
Oh, okay.
And open in folder. And I'll drag it over to you, I think. Where did it go? I don't know where it went to, but it went to somebody.
Well, let me go see if it went to me.
All right. It is now going to you. It's still sending.
Okay.
See, if you weren't so much of a troll and used Skype, you know.
Oh, yeah. Damn me.
That is the picture they're analyzing.
Yep.
And I don't know where they got a 777 from because it's IMG 9 or 3922.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit quieter now because
Actually, no, it's not. Or it might be. I don't know. It's one of those taken in the same series. But this is the only one that's in his folder. So I don't know where they got the 777 because the next image in their folder is 145.
Right.
So
okay, so let's
777 is a totally made up name.
So I am opening up the image. Here we go. So finally, yeah, this is the one. This actually is the one because I recognize how much I spent a lot of time in this area of that damn photo or that screen cap. So Yeah, and there's the truck that they bitch about. The truck that you can see the side of, by the way. Which on the other side you cannot. Now, let's talk about this.
So my question is, why did they change the name of it?
Well, they probably just saved it to a folder. That's all. I mean,
But it still says it with the original file name, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were like grouping stuff, I mean, I got all kinds of wacky names for my shit. So the I know this has all been beaten down, but this here is the side of the building.
Yeah, I like the door frame.
Yeah, right here, door frame.
Yeah, but you can't see that because it's flush on the south side of it for some reason.
Yeah,
according to them.
Yeah. Now I understand what they're trying to say, but they're not understanding the angles and the distances that are involved here. I understand that they're trying to say that they should see the bold side, like you see the side of the bridge here. You should see the bold side of that building. Okay. Now, in order to understand exactly why you're not seeing that, is to know where this is in relation to the bridge. Okay. Now, simply put, hold on a second. Let me move this out of the way. Like I said, I marked all this shit out. Now, the first hut, the hut in question. Okay. Let's go into Street View right here.
Oh, did you catch the straw man that Numpty built up for this little tower thing or this hut?
For the hut? No.
He built a straw man for it to say that Geo was wrong.
What did he do?
Well, go back to your overhead view.
Wait, hold on a second. I just want to nail this out real quick here. Then we can move on to another
there was
point.
a door. I was just guessing there was a door there, but sure enough, there is.
No, well, there would have to be a door. So that's just going to be a hut.
Well,
But this is the point that I was making. I'm at the mile marker here. This mile marker is 1.1. Okay. So let's see, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, first blue or second blue, 0.9, 1, 1.1. Right here next to the, I think that's a Jeep, or it's a Toyota. I don't know exactly.
that looks like a Jeep Cherokee, actually.
The white SUV. Now here's the part that's just going to drive them absolutely bonkers. This is directly across. Wait, let me not. Was it before it or after it? Hold on a second here. Oh, it's after it. My bad.
It's after it. Oh wow.
I was looking for a mark to use, so I would say.
Can you drop a pin at your feet?
No, well you can, but sometimes it comes out wacky. Okay, but I do know where this is because I know what they look like. Watch this. Hold on a second. So this guy is 1.1. Oh, that went weird. Okay, exit Street View. Okay, now that is right there. Okay, so now can I see the brakes after 1.1? Hold on a second here. Yeah, I can. Good. Okay, so it is one brake, two brakes, almost exactly two brakes after the 1.1. This is where the 1.1 sign is right here. See that little dark spot?
Yep.
Okay, so that's where the 1.1 sign is, and then two brakes after it. So 1.1 is right here. It's right, almost right on this line. So two brakes after it. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong one. That was the one. One brake, two brakes after it. So right here, right where this black car and white car meet. That is directly across from where the white car and the black car meet.
Oh, Anthony says that he's got people that will debunk our debunk. He's got people to do that that agree with the evidence that he produces. It's fake
Well,
as fuck.
tell him directly with a love sly at the end of it. If they actually produced something that was, well, I mean, if their debunking capabilities are only limited to what we are simply showing as stupid, I'm not worried. Okay. But anyway, this building is directly across from this spot right here. Okay. So the angles that are involved here are actually quite slight. We can see quite clearly here the top of the door frame on that building. Okay, and if you want to have another argument about why that it doesn't look like it like completely rotated and all this, and it doesn't look, the wall of it doesn't look like the side of this, well, here's the joke. Okay, the line going out there from the first photograph, like I said, he confirmed that I was off just by a touch there. Now, if I look at this wall, there's only a little bit of it, a teeny tiny bit of it that's going to be visible. Okay, I'm using the roof here. I'm not using the bottom there. There's only a teeny tiny bit of it that's going to be seen of the, should I say, east-facing wall where the door is on. Mm-hmm. Whereas, and that's at 6.32 degrees. Now, I never analyzed this side photo, but I know he was kind of down a little bit. But just for argument's sake, I'm just going to put it there. I never analyzed this side. I'm not saying that that's where he was standing. But 6.32, okay, and like I was saying in the chat, 9.48, okay. It's about 3 degrees of rotation. 3 degrees of rotation is not going to show you a hell of a lot of difference, but it is enough for this nice little sliver of the side of the building with the door frame to not be visible from the other side, and only a little bit be visible from this side. And you guys complain about perspective. Jesus Christ. Easy enough. So, did they make any other wild claims, or is he bitching about something in your Skype chat?
Oh, he's still going on about how he's going to debunk your debunk.
Of course he is.
Go back to Google Earth. I want to show you the straw man that Dumpty came up with.
Yeah, and they don't understand how this works. That was funny. They started analyzing the post. That's when I had to leave. All right. Let me do that. Okay, I'm back here.
Okay, his straw man. When Geo did the angle measurement, zoom into the hut. When Geo did his analysis, he went from the bottom left corner to where that drop-down pole is. It's on the right side of the building. It's a some kind of piping that comes out of the
the pipe that comes out of the side there.
Yeah, he actually measured the angle to the end of that pole, because that's what he's using for his angle, for his measurement for the angles.
Right.
What Dumpty did was he went from the bottom right corner of the tower, of the whole platform, to the front of the hut itself, instead of going to the entire angle. And then he said that Geo's angle was wrong because he didn't take it out to where Geo did his angle.
Well, if you don't use the same points of measurement, you're obviously not going to get the same numbers.
There you go.
I mean, that's yeah. I don't even know if that qualifies as a straw man. That's just stupid. Because if I were to measure something from, let's say, I'm just spitballing here, but from this corner of this platform to this corner of the roof, right? But if you were to measure it from this corner of this platform, and you can actually see the other corner of the platform here, then our numbers in every way with the exception of this corner, with the exception of the numbers that go to this corner, are going to be different. So if you don't measure the same shit, you're not measuring the same shit, and your numbers are going to be different. Period. That's pretty weak.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really, really shabby, lame straw man attempt.
Yeah. No. Let me bring this back up. They were talking about. I thought this was so funny. They were talking about. What?
Do you want to give me a copyable link to give to Soundly? He's been trying to get in, but he can't join with the link I give him.
Oh. Well, how do I do that?
Go to.
Add people and then
add people and
then
and just copy it into the side chat.
Yep. Boom, 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 pow. There you go.
Copy link.
But this was funny. They were talking about how he probably fudged the video and he screwed this part up and all that. That part was funny enough as it is. They were talking about this would have to be the second bridge, as in the bridge on the other side. It's a fucking sign, dude. Here's the big Amber Alert sign. Here's the Amber Alert sign coming from the other side. Hey, Soundly, what's going on, bro?
Oh, a car. You might hear some rain in the background.
We've been talking about you.
That's not rain, man. That's like chemtrails.
My ears were bleeding, so I figured somebody was talking about me.
Oh, we're just talking shit.
So, I haven't been able to pay attention to any of the hangout because I had a prior engagement, which just got rained out. So,
tell Tyson I said hi.
What's that?
Tell Neil Tyson I said hi.
Hey Neil, he says hi. Hey, thanks, man.
Was that Neil Tyson and Elvis's bastard child?
Oh, and one other little caveat: I have my kid sitting right next to me. So.
Oh, that's how it goes.
Anyway, so I haven't been able to pay attention to what's going on with the hangout. So, anybody want to catch me up?
Oh, well, Sean's better at catching up than I am. I just
we debunked Anthony's parallax claim. We've handled Dumpty's straw man for Rio. And that's pretty much it.
You talking about the live stream video that he couldn't understand why it was pixelated? That one?
Oh, we haven't even touched on that one. Thank you for reminding me of that.
What?
I'll have to go back and watch it.
Soundly did a live stream. And you know how live streams are when you're working off either a cell phone connection or Wi-Fi, whichever the case may be with Soundly.
Hell, even live television goes wonky.
Soundly, you were like really reverbing back to us.
I was on the cell network, and it's just compression, man.
Yeah, they're sitting there complaining because it's supposed to be an HD video, and it has compression errors everywhere, and they're saying that it's all CGI because of that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I want your cell phone if you can do CGI on it.
So what are his objections? They're still talking about that hut. I saw the beginning where they're still trying to talk about the hut. Is that the major objection?
Yeah, they say that you should be able to see the right face of it that's facing east, and they're saying that you're not. But we're looking at the door frame on the right side of that.
And it also
you are
matches
so
up
you should
angular from your point.
I don't know. I'd have to look at what they're talking about. They're trying to say that something's missing.
No, they're saying that you're putting it in because you're showing the south face of its flush. And we should be seeing the right side of the building, which we are.
Yeah. So I'm able to make the best CGI that I've ever seen in my life. Yet I'm incapable of getting the hut oriented correctly. Okay. Sure.
That's your fail, man.
Neil Helgson, you call him Soundly for a reason because he brings a lot of sound for some reason.
Yeah, you got some bad echo going on.
Y'all hearing a lot of feedback right now?
Oh, all the time, yeah.
Well, it's
because I'm on my phone and I'm driving down the interstate in a rainstorm right now. But yeah, I don't
We're
know.
hearing us.
I mean, basically, I've asked them, okay, what would it take for you to believe it's genuine? And I've had people tell me a live stream, which I did. So basically, I'm going to have to, for them to actually shut up, I'm going to have to go to every location and do a live stream of me recording the observation and then uploading it at a coffee shop all in one shot.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're just gonna keep harping on it somehow.
But see, here's the thing: you've done that several times, and they won't look at those videos.
Yeah, I just did one on Tuesday where I did a live stream and I recorded the transmission lines, drove all the way to a coffee shop, and uploaded the video during the live stream. So if I can put CGI on that, I'd like to know how, because that would be awesome. Probably be doing a different job.
Hey, Soundly. I got an idea for you.
Y'all can't hear me?
No, I can hear you just fine. I said I have an idea for you. Just go out on this little thingy here. Stand next to this door. And shoot a picture in full zoom to where you were standing for your for your original for this blue picture that I keep on showing here. And then see if you can line up the post and where you were standing.
Are you on the is that street view? Is that a street view?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. This is a street view, and what I wanted to look at before I said anything was to see if it was actually possible or if it was fenced off.
Yeah, so it's not possible because that's an interstate highway and there's nowhere to pull over. So I'd have to have some type of special permission. Tuck and roll. I'd have to have some type of special permission. I might be able to arrange that, but it would I'd have to figure it out. I don't know what I'd have to do there. I'd probably have to talk to the Causeway Police and see if they let me do it, and then they'd probably be wondering why the hell I want to do it.
Well, officer, let me tell you a story. Actually,
yeah.
I mean, if you had an
guys
available
on the internet.
if you had an available driver, they could probably just dump you in and come back and get you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's possible. I'm pretty sure that I'd get arrested, though.
Yeah, it might not go very well.
I think the only way that would be a possible shot is if I actually got the Causeway Police to bring me there. And it's pretty much the only way. I can't think of any other way to do it.
Yeah, you definitely have to get some permission and permit for it.
Yeah, there's no other way. But yeah, I don't know, man. He keeps trying to debunk shit, but all I can say is
got a good fake a blown tire.
Do what?
Fake a blown tire.
There's no emergency lane right there.
Well, that's why you got hazard lights.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm being trolled.
All in all, Soundly, the facts of the matter are that Riley is just trying to get popular for this. Dr. Zach already blew it. You know that. And Riley is just coming up with any objection he could possibly imagine, and none of them hold any water. And it's just that crazy.
Yeah, I kind of expected there to be some crazy involved with this, because my hope was, and I've said this a few times, my hope was that this would kind of distill the craziness into a more condensed and more potent crazy, but it would all be in one spot, and all the people that were fence riding would just go away. So that seems to be what's happening.
It's just we're all I'm doing here is it's not like it's not like there's any breaking news on this. It's just there was a hangout just showing how stupid the hangout was.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, see what's going
Nathan
on.
Grant wants to know if you can do a boat trip.
Do what?
Nathan Grant wants to know if you can actually do a boat trip out for that.
Yeah, so I'm actually trying to arrange that.
Make sure you pray
Probably
for
going to
good
be
weather.
closer to the. It's probably going to be closer to the end of the summer or early fall, but we are trying to arrange that. And my uncle has a boat, so we should be able to pull that off. It's just other personal stuff that's kind of taking priority over that right now. But we will get out. We will get out there eventually. And me and Dandy have already, started planning it, so to speak. We've put together like a checklist, or we're starting to put together a checklist of things that we want to capture in that boat trip. And one of those things that we want to capture, obviously, is filming the transmission lines from the reverse side.
Hey, that's some shit.
There's actually a Google Street View, which is Dandy pointed this out to me. I had no idea it was there. I didn't even try it, but
Oh yeah, the boat that's going along.
yeah, there's a Google Street View that goes behind those towers, so you can get a look at the tall transmission tower, kind of compare the height between the tall one and the short one, and you can also there's one spot, one part of it that for me, I personally think you can see the curve. It's the same shape anyway. It's not high resolution, but it's there, and so it's worth taking a look at anyway. But we're going to go out there with the P900 and my Canon, and Dandy has a Canon as well. And we're going to take a whole bunch of pictures from the other side. And based on Kara's model rendering, I think we're actually going to be able to see the curve from the ground. So I think the transmission lines are tall enough that you can actually see them from the ground level curving over the horizon.
Well,
Which is important. And that's another thing. Dandy actually got permission to go to the property that is underneath the original observation point for the transmission lines.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so we're going to actually take two shots, one from ground level, from the normal spot that I normally take, but from ground level, or maybe just a little bit higher because there's a train track right there, maybe a 20-foot shot. And then we're going to go to the other side and take a shot from boat level, basically water level.
Right.
And we're also going to be scouting out locations that Jesse Kozlowski can set up, but because he wants to come out, and he was talking about coming out in October. So
really,
if he comes out in October, we're basically just going to drive him around and do a big survey. And
I might see if I can get a hold of him because he doesn't live far from me actually.
Yeah. So we were talking to him online, and he suggested October, and that's the last time we talked. We haven't really talked about it again, but I'm hoping he's serious about it because I want him to come out.
No, man, you need to do a bundle job here. You need to do it during the eclipse. At sunrise.
Soundly's going to try to make it up with me for the eclipse.
Yeah. I've actually booked a hotel room in Chattanooga, and we're going to drive up that morning, John.
That's about an hour and a half.
Yeah, we know.
Just so you know, Soundly, quite accurately rendered here. Let me go down here, right down to the level of the water. This is actually having your chin in the water here.
Right.
Hold on. Now you're gonna have to be a little bit of an angle off.
Yep.
A little bit more than what I had here. Now
what's
to see
what's the field of view on your virtual camera there?
right now the field of view is camera one is 6 degrees or 7 degrees.
Yeah, so bring that down to like 1 degree, and it'll be like the P900.
Like that.
Yeah, so that's what we're going for, right?
Right, and then
you'll be able to see the curve in the sides, right, up top. And
yeah, the top
also
will curve just fine.
And also the large tower will be obstructed by the water.
I don't have the large tower actually on this.
Right, but it will, obviously.
Well, Sly, I've got some things to do in the house. I'm going to have to cut out.
Yeah, I'm about done anyway here because it's quarter after noon where I'm at. So
All right, guys. Well,
And go
I'll talk to
figure,
you.
you know, on a flat Earth, it's actually dark here.
Stanley,
yeah.
don't forget that I had to readjust the time for the hangout tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, and that might be a bit of a problem. That's why I was going to try and get with you personally, one-on-one after the meeting, if you don't mind.
Okay, that'll work.
All right.
So,
Thanks, Sean.
all right, hey guys.
See you guys. Thanks.
All right, man. You guys have yourselves a great night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that's all it was. I wanted to discuss what happened in Riley's hangout. Turns out nothing happened. Probably the silliest line of claims I've heard. I was only able to watch the first, I guess, about half of it, where Riley did not want to perform the light test on his table while he was waiting because reasons. And then they wanted to basically dissect Geostreber's analysis of Soundly's picture. The one picture I've been showing there a couple of times didn't really do anything. Because that was basically a waste of time and had nothing to do with debunking Fraudly. Another thing, Anthony, if you are uncomfortable calling people a liar, you don't seem to show that discomfort. So, yeah, that's bullshit. And yeah, that's basically it. So, and I'll be because your parallax was not what you thought it was going to be, and you made your $2 million bet or $1 million bet. I'll have to look and see exactly how much money it was. Yeah, you need to start figuring out how you're going to pay that, because myself and Sean just took care of that for you. And yeah, that's all there really is to say. So hopefully nobody gets too much electrolysis tonight, and you guys have yourselves a nice evening.